Good morning. It is just past 5 a.m. on Monday, June 1st, which puts me about a week and a half out from Stones of Strength. We're about halfway through the taper now. Today, I'm gonna do some stone to shoulder, very light stone to shoulder, and then some leg accessories to go along with that. Probably some sort of squat variation, some sort of hinge variation, and then probably one or two isolations. We're just gonna have to kind of play it by ear, see how much time I have. It seems like I never have enough time to do all the accessories. So I'm out here taking a look at the stones. I think I'm gonna do the 189, then probably one of the lighter ones with kind of that more awkward shape. But yeah, I think the 189 is gonna be as heavy as we go today. That in the rules it says that you have to set it down gently, less injuries a risk. So it's probably something that I should work on before comp day actually comes. Okay, so with being 1 week out, technically today it is 9 days out from Stones of Strength, I decided that I wanted to do a little piece of this video dedicated to saying what my goals for the meet are. Now I will start off by saying that I don't know exactly what the weights of the stones that are going to be offered for some of these events are. So I'm going to just give a rough estimate as to the weight that I want to be able to hit. It probably won't be the exact same weight. First event is going to be max stone to shoulder. I feel like stone to shoulder was where I had the most consistent training going throughout this prep. I felt like it was a lift that didn't really have a lot of variation on what I felt like I could do. The only variation really was trying to get used to different shapes of the stones. But after I kind of figured out a shape and how to move it, getting it to my shoulder, I felt like everything up to about 230 pounds was, fairly easily doable. So I've decided to make my goal for this event somewhere over 250 pounds. 230, once I figured out how to deal with the shape of the stone, really wasn't too bad. And I definitely think that I can do 240. I think 250 would be a good goal for me to set for the meet. Second event, I could be wrong on the order of these events, but I'm just going down the list. Second event is max stone throw. Now this is throwing a stone 53 pounds, just as far as you can. And admittedly, this is the one that I got the least amount of training in. I think I probably did a total of 5 training sessions that I involved this throughout prep. With the stones that I had, I decided that it was probably much better option for me to just build general explosive strength and kind of just go from there. I'm not really sure what to expect as far as how far I can throw a 53-pound rock. And so my goal is to take not last place in this event. And I'm going to kind of keep it at that. Third event is max stone load. Trying to get as big of a natural stone as possible onto a 38-inch platform. This is one of the events that I had the most training. I released a video a couple of weeks ago where I hit 285 pounds. That was a long time coming. That was something where at the very beginning of prep, I could kind of barely get that one off the ground. And I got to the point, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, where I was able to do 285 loaded. And I felt really good about that. The biggest wild card on this one is going to be what kind of handholds I can find on the stones. If I can find something where the handholds are very advantageous, I do believe that it's possible that I could hit somewhere over 300 pounds. If I kind of have to work around a bunch of stuff, it might be closer to 285, 290. Either way, I would say I'm going to set my goal at 300 pounds for this event. Next event is the stone overhead medley. This is the event that I feel like was a little bit more sporadic. Some days it felt like I could press a lot of weight. The heaviest that I pressed during prep was the 163. The hardest thing with that stone was just the kind of the angle that I had to hold it at. But I did get a lot of work as far as like the medley training, going with 3 or 4 stones in a row. The biggest thing that I'm going to be looking at for this one is at what point do I stop just kind of blowing through all of them, and when do I start actually, taking time to get through it. That's going to be a really interesting thing for me to figure out. I think it's just going to have to go by feel, which is not what I was hoping to say on that. I was hoping that I would get a little bit more rhythmic with it during my training. Unfortunately, everything that happened with the shoulder, that was something that I was really kind of ginger with the last couple of weeks. I would do some general overhead strength stuff, but I wouldn't really go play with the rocks. And so I would say my goal is going to be to do the 170. So get everything else, obviously, because it's a ladder. Do the 170, and then I want to at least put an attempt on the 190, because I do remember, I think it goes from 170 to 190. I don't think not getting 190 is going to bother me at all, because I do have decent overhead strength, but with a stone, it's a little bit different. There's some nuances that you kind of have to figure out. Final event is the stone carry medley. There's 2 stones. One of them is 260, and one of them is 293. And basically, I'll have 1 minute to take the 260 down 25 feet, I think it is, come back, grab the 293 stone, and run that. As you guys are well aware, I have never been able to get anything above 285 as far as natural stones go. So, I think that a decent goal for me on this event would be that I want to be able to do the 260 no problem, and I want to do it fast. I would really like to be able to do that 293, at least getting it a few feet. I would say if I can do the 260, no problems whatsoever. I want to complete 260 and then get 293 at least 10 feet. So yeah, those are my goals for the competition. Like I said, I'm 9 days out. Body's feeling pretty good. I did legs on Monday. That's not feeling great. However, I do think that by probably tomorrow morning, they should be pretty much recovered. And then obviously, tapering, it's going to be a lot of pump stuff. We're pretty much done with tough workouts going into competition. Little update, since we haven't talked about this at all since Ragnarok, but we did put together my little trophy wall thing. So that one right there is from Mana, 3rd place. That's the one from Ragnarok. I've got the little picture plaque thing that they gave me. It's framed. Whoa. And then also the knife is pretty cool. That actually took like 20 minutes to figure out how we were going to mount that to the wall. And then just some powerlifting trophies. That right there, actually, that's really cool. Let me show you. So this was something that one of my wife's friends, shout out to you, Rochelle, got me for my birthday. And it is a PR plaque. I ran out of reds. And so kind of had to mix and match a little bit, but got all the PRs, squat, bench, deadlift. And then, yeah, there's a close-up of the wall. That's going to wrap it up for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys have any friends who are into this kind of stuff, go ahead and share this with them. What's the harm in it anyway? Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. I am so excited for this competition. This is something that I've been working my butt off for the better part of the last 3-ish months. Other than that, the next time you're probably going to see a video from me, maybe with the exception of a short or two, will be comp day. It'll be my comp day vlog. This is going to be my first time doing that, so it's going to be an interesting experience. Looking forward to it. Hope to see you guys there.